This Xbox and controller is currently the way that I play my racing games, and that needs to change. I need it to feel like I'm driving a real race car. So throughout the next couple of days, I'm going to be turning this boring setup into my dream budget sim racing setup. Now the first thing that I needed to do was design the setup. So I pulled out my trusty notebook and started sketching what I wanted the setup to look like. I added in all the essential things that I needed, and now this is my final design. Now the first thing that we gotta do is clean out this room. Gotta take all this trash out of here. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna throw everything into my mom's closet because I'm not actually trying to clean. I'm just trying to get it out of my room. Now that the room is all cleared up, this is what it currently looks like. But if we want to turn it into this room right here, the first thing that we have to do is find some good sim racing equipment. So we've got to head over to Amazon. We are now at Amazon, so let's start our quest to find some cheap sim racing gear. Okay, so tell me why everything is so freaking expensive. I guess the search is gonna be a lot longer than I expected. Yo, let's go. Would you look at that? I found this for just under 130 bucks. But let me go do some research to see if it's actually worth 130 bucks. Okay, so after doing some research, I realized we have a problem. A huge problem. So it turns out in the world of sim racing, there's something called force feedback, which is the thing that makes you feel like you're really inside of a race car and not just at your desk. But the problem is, gear with force feedback is usually $100 more expensive than normal gear. And if you couldn't tell already, I'm broke. I'm not even sure we can complete this project, and I don't even know what to do right now. I think I'm just gonna go to bed and see you guys in the morning. I'm just gonna go do some research, you know, see if we have any hope left with this project. Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. Okay, so after 3 hours of research, I finally think I might have found a solution. Let me explain. You see, Memorial Day is right around the corner, and some sim racing companies are gonna be having a huge sale. And if I can time it just right and use the correct website, I could get it for half the price. No guarantees, though. So now with this newfound information, I've narrowed it down to 2 companies which we could buy from. It's either Logitech or Moza. But I'm low-key leaning towards Logitech because of its reputation, but I think we can worry about that later. Because first, if we want to turn this into my dream sim racing setup, we're gonna need a few more things, like a chair, pedals, and maybe even some decorations. So let's go find a chair.
I hold it in until it rained. I fought demons out the fame. I spent millions on terrain. I treat my
I've now come to notice that they don't just sell sim racing chairs online. You apparently have to buy an entire cockpit if you want a chair, and those things can get quite pricey. But don't you worry, because I found a pretty awesome solution. When I look at these sim racing chairs, they all have this bucket-like shape, and you know what else has a bucket-like shape? Hiking chairs, baby. I found this piece of junk in my garage, and it's actually so comfortable, I think I could sleep in this. Okay, so now that we got that sorted out, let's go back to searching for the sim racing wheel and pedals. So I headed over to the Logitech website and started my search. Alright y'all, so I just went through half of their website and I didn't really find anything. And it's getting kind of late, so I'm just gonna go to bed and explore the other half of their website tomorrow. Alright, it's time to lock in and find some good deals. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god, bro. Oh my god. I might have just... I literally just left the Logitech website and look what I find on Google. 180 bucks, bro. That's actually a steal. It's like I'm getting 50% off. I'm gonna go hit purchase on this right now before the deal goes away. I still can't even believe that this is happening right now. Almost 50% off, bro. That's actually insane. But all giggles and fun aside, I'm now calculating everything and I've spent well over $200 on this video. So it would really mean a lot to me if you guys could just hit that subscribe button. Please, it really only takes like 3 seconds and it could save me from going into crippling debt. Anyways, I just ordered the wheels and pedals, so I guess we wait for a couple of days until it arrives. Alright y'all, it's been 11 days and look what arrived at my door. It's a friggin' package, yo. Alright, let's bring this thing inside and unbox it. Oh god, that's heavy. Oh almost there, almost there. I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna push it. Wow, that was a lot harder than I expected. All right, let's not waste any more time and assemble this bad boy.
Get down!
Bro, this actually turned out so good. Like, it's so crazy to remember how the setup looked just a week ago in comparison to how it looks now. This is actually just so insane. But let me go do some quick final touches to make sure it's really perfect. And now I present to you my almost perfect budget sim racing setup.